31. Let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome to the Thursday abs and core class. We've got 15-ish minutes of core. It's really 12 minutes of work we've got going on today. And then we are going to do some stretching. If you have a foam roller, go ahead and grab it. If you don't have a foam roller, that's fine. Just put in the chat if you do not have a foam roller so that when we get to that section, I know what I'm working with. So no pressure to keep your camera on. Don't right now, that's okay. I will give lots of options. We can stretch and foam roll at the same time. All right, the workout is in the chat today. So I'm gonna demonstrate everything and then we'll get started. So we have 2 rounds of this, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 6 exercises, so 12 minutes of work total. So I'll demonstrate everything and then we will go ahead and get started. So our first one is called Happy Stars. This one has lots of different names. I've heard it called different things. This is the one that I call it by. Happy Stars might mean something different to you. So basically we have our arms and legs out. We're like a starfish. And then from here, we're reaching up, touching hand to opposite foot, coming back down, coming up, crunching, touching hand to opposite foot, come back down. If you want extra challenge, you can float the hands, the arms, legs, and head the entire time. That's the happy part. If you're a sad star, you're just kind of sagging on the ground. So pick your adventure with that one. Our second one, we are on our back still, which is nice. We have bent leg twists. So arms are going to be out to the side for some support. We've got this 90-90 position. And from here, we're keeping our shoulders plastered to the ground, knees are glued together as we twist the legs from side to side. So that's our bent leg twists. Next, we have plank to down dog toe taps. So we're going to come in our plank position. And then as we push up in a down dog, we're touching hand to opposite ankle, coming back into our plank, find our abs, and then reaching back, alternating sides. So it's a lot like our Happy Stars, we're just in a different position. And then we're going on to our back next. We have dead bug to extend. So from here, we have our 90-90 position, arms are straight out. We're kicking the legs out, arms are out, and then we're coming back to center. That's our dead bug to extend. Next, we have plank to lateral toe taps. So I'm going to demonstrate this one from this angle. We're in our plank position. We're tapping one foot out to the side and then the other so that we're working our side butt. Our last one, bicycles. This is probably pretty familiar to most people. Hands go behind our head, neck, shoulders off the ground. We're touching shoulder, not elbow, shoulder to opposite knee as we extend the other leg. So that is our workout for today. I'll be calling it out. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We're going through it 2 different times. Go ahead and make your way to the ground if you're not already there. We're starting with Happy Stars. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and hit it. Opposite hand to opposite leg. Exhaling as we come up, trying to get as many reps as you can in these 45 seconds. Option to float the head, neck, shoulders, arms and legs off the ground, or you can come all the way back down and take a rest when you need it. Nice job, everyone. Doing great. Stick with it. Get a couple more on each side. 3, 2, and 1. 15-second rest. We have bent leg twists next. Make your way onto your back. Got about 5 seconds. It's gonna come fast. Make sure you're ready to go. 2, 1, bent leg twists. Shoulders stay glued to the ground. Arms are out to the side for support. We're working the sides of our abs. So play with how far you're dropping the knees from one side to the other. If you go too far, you just might feel your back working a little too much. If you don't go far enough, it'll feel too easy. So find that sweet spot where it's challenging. Nice work. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds of rest. Go ahead and flip over whenever you're ready. We have plank to down dog toe taps coming up next. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Plank to down dog, ankle taps. Working lots of shoulders, abs, back, triceps, a little bit of everything here. Make sure when you come back into that plank, you're not dropping the hips too much. You still want to be able to feel your abs as you come forward. If you're dropping the hips too much to the ground, you might either feel the low back or nothing at all. It'll feel too easy. And that's not why you're here. Here to work. 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. All right, we're on our back again for dead bug to extend. It's the nice part of abs class is getting to lay down so much. 3, 2, 1. Dead bug to extend. So ideally, arms or biceps specifically are coming by your ears. Legs are shooting out at a 45-degree angle, or maybe even a little bit closer to the ground if you can do so without your back arching. So the angle of your legs depends on you, your strength, your flexibility, your back issues or lack thereof. So try different angles. Find the one that's challenging but doable. 3, 2, 1. All right, we are flipping over again. We have plank with lateral toe taps. We're going to work the sides of our glutes and everything else. 2, 1. Here we go. Find that plank position first. Make sure you can feel your abs. Push the ground away. We're tapping that big toe to the ground, a couple inches out to the side of our hips. If you have a mat, like a yoga mat or a fitness mat, you can think about tapping your big toe just to the outside of the mat. Make sure to push the ground away from you. Abs are tight, glutes are tight. Focus on that breathing, especially when things get tough. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Woo, we have one more in this set. We have bicycles next. And then we're gonna go through this whole thing one more time. All right, bicycles coming in 3, 2, 1, hit it. So this one is not about how fast you go. It's about being deliberate, bringing shoulder to opposite knee. You might even find it's harder if you go a little bit slower. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Fully extend that leg if you can. Good work, everyone. Doing great. Less than 10 seconds. Get a few more on each side. 3, 2, 1. All right, that is the end of round 1. We're starting at the top again with happy stars in about 10 seconds. One more time through it, and then we stretch. All right, happy stars in 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're smiling. I used to have a coach, I think it was one of my soccer coaches, who told me we had to do happy stars while smiling. And if he caught anybody not smiling while we were doing it, we'd have to run a lap and then start all over again. That was rough. We learned real quick. Makes it a little bit easier. All right, less than 10 seconds. Focus on those exhales. I know it's getting tough. This one works everything. 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. We're staying on our backs for this one. We have bent-legged twists next. Whew. All right, arms are coming out to the side next. 3, 2, 1. Bent-legged twists. Arms are out to the side for your support. You might even feel some popping and cracking in your spine, which is totally fine. It's kind of a nice stretch in addition to being a good ab exercise. And make sure those shoulders aren't coming off the ground. Should still be able to feel your abs throughout the entire motion. So we're really working sides of our abs and those deep ones as well. 3, 2, 1. There it is. All right, we're flipping over again. We have plank to down dog toe taps. All right, get ready for it. 2, 1. Plank to down dog toe taps or pike toe taps, depending on what language you speak, yoga or fitness, or yoga or diving, I guess. Nice job, everyone. Find that sustainable pace. We want to avoid taking breaks if we can. Try and keep going for this entire 45 seconds. We only have 10 seconds left at this point, so you're doing awesome. We're almost there. Finish strong. 3, 2, 1, and come all the way down. Okay, we're on our backs again. We have dead bug to extend. Find that 90-90 position. 2, 1, and go. So we're exhaling as we extend, inhaling back to center. Especially as things start to get tough, really focus on the breath. Exhaling on the exertion. Inhaling as you relax. Nice work, everyone. Great work, great job. Feeling the abs at all times with this one. Good job, stick with it. Almost there. 2, 1, there it is. We're flipping over again. Planks, lateral toe taps. Our last plank position of the day. 3, 2, 1, find that plank position. Find your abs first, push the ground away, and then add the tap in. If it gets to be too much, take a break from the toe tapping. Come back to that plank, maybe count to 3, and then start moving the legs again. Abs are tight, glutes are tight. You're pushing the ground away from you. Little toe taps, working the sides of those glutes. Nice job, everyone. Doing awesome. We only have one more after this. 3, 2, 1. All right, last one of the day, and then we stretch. We got bicycles to finish it up. Flip over onto your back. 3, 2, 1. Bicycles. Finish strong. Go for all the reps on this one. After this, it's all stretching or all foam rolling. So might as well go for it, right? Why not? Good work, good work. Don't slow down that pace. If anything, go faster. Less than 10 seconds, you've got this. Go, go, go. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Feeling the burn. Great job, everyone. Go ahead and grab some water if you need it. The hard part is all done. If you came to class a little bit late, no problem at all. Just go ahead and put in the chat if you do not have a foam roller. I just want to get a sense of the equipment that people have so I can make sure to coach everyone appropriately. I don't want to be telling anybody to foam roll when nobody has a foam roller. So, and if you don't have equipment, totally fine. We're going to stretch. So if you do not have one, go ahead and put in the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Sue. We're about half and half here. Give everybody else. All right, we are half and half. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay, we're going to start without the foam roller. We are going to start without the foam roller on the ground. We're going to start in cobra position. So if you're familiar with yoga, go ahead and make your way onto your belly. If you're not, go ahead and watch me first. So we're on our bellies. Hands are gonna be right underneath or right in line with our face. From here, we're gonna inhale to prepare. And then on the exhale, we're gonna start to push ourselves up slowly. So we're only pushing ourselves as high up as we can without the hips coming off the ground. Elbows are pulled in. Option to come onto your forearms. Eyes can be towards the top of the mat, towards the wall ahead of you, or slightly up towards the ceiling, whatever feels best. Think about relaxing your glutes, your legs, your feet, your toes. We're stretching out the abs after doing all those crunching type exercises. Start to slow the breathing down if your heart rate's up. Focus on the exhales and relaxing a little more with each exhale. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and lower yourself all the way to the ground. And we're gonna flip over onto our sides. All right, so for this next one, very upper body focused exercise. So legs are in this 90-90 position, but we're not doing abs. Should be familiar after those exercises. Arms are straight out in front of us like alligator arms. From here, we're gonna pretend that we're opening up a book. So we're reaching arms up to the ceiling, eyes are following the fingertips as we reach for the wall behind us. Hips are staying in place, knees are staying in place. We're only moving our arms and our torso. And once you've gone as far as you can go, go ahead and make your way back to start. So we're gonna do 3 of these on this side. So once again, hips are staying in place, eyes are following the fingers, reaching open, opening up that book, maybe hanging out for couple seconds when we open up all the way and then coming back. And we'll do one last one if you're following my speed. You might have some snap, crackle, pop with this one, and that's okay. We're just opening everything up again after slouching over our computers all day. Nice, and after you finish that third one, you can go ahead and flip over, change sides. I'm gonna flip around so you can still see me, and we're gonna do the exact same thing on this other side. So legs are in this 90-90 position, arms are out like a book. You can have a yoga block or a pillow under your head if you need the extra support, or you can rest your head on the ground if you have the flexibility to do so. Find what feels good and find what your body needs on this particular side. You might find that on one side, your head can get to the ground a lot easier than on the other. Once again, we're going to do 3 of these stretches on this side. If you're following my speed, maybe you're going a little faster, and that's okay too. If you're with me, we're going to do 1 more of these, making sure hips and knees aren't moving, only moving through the torso and the shoulder. All right, go ahead and come back to center. This is where we're going to start to split things up. So if you have a foam roller, go ahead and grab it. If you are familiar with foam rolling, which I assume those of you who do have a foam roller have done this before, we're going to start with our quads, so the front of our thighs. Those of you who don't have a foam roller, we're going to stretch the quads instead. So if you demonstrating the stretch is a little quicker than the foam rolling. So stretchers, you're with me first. We're going to grab our ankle or our foot, whatever's available, and you can use a strap for this if you'd like. Feel free to hold on to something. We're going to have knees right by each other. We're going to find our abs. Keeping our knees right by each other, we're just going to focus on the stretch through the front of the hip, down the front of the knee. I'll prompt you on when to switch sides. Go ahead and find that stretch. Foam rollers, if you're not already doing so, the way I like to foam roll is to have one foot on the ground, so in this case, my right foot, and then start with my left leg right above the knee on the foam roller. And then from here, we're slowly rolling up towards the hip. Remember, we're always staying off the bones. We're only on the muscle, and then slowly roll down towards the knee again. We want to be very methodical with the way we're foam rolling. So we're not all over the place. We're really focusing on one place for a few seconds before moving on to the other. So make sure that you are focusing on all the different areas of the quad. As you go along, you are going to have a couple seconds here. So think about turning your toes inwards, outwards, straight down. Quads are a big area. If you're stretching, go ahead and switch sides if you haven't already. So if you start on the right side, go ahead and move to the left. We're going to give our foam rollers a couple more seconds before they switch. All right, and if you are foam rolling, you feel like you've gotten that right side, go ahead and switch to the left. Same thing, being very methodical, looking for spots that don't feel quite so good, and then maybe pressing into those tight spots or rolling over them a couple times until you find what feels best. All right, if you are stretching, we're going to let our foam rollers foam roll just a little bit more. All right, my stretchers, and optional for the foam rollers if you want to get a stretch in, we're going to work on the IT band a little bit. So if you are foam rolling, you can shift your weight more towards the outside. That's where your IT band is. It's this band of tissue that goes down towards the outside of your thighs. If you're stretching, what we're going to do, so I'm going to stretch this left side. I'm going to cross my right foot in front. I'm going to stick my left hip out. And then from here, I'm going to bend over. So sticking, it's kind of hard to show on camera, but as I'm sticking my left hip out at that 45-degree angle, you should start to feel a stretch in the outside of this hip. All right, and let's go ahead and switch sides. If you're stretching foam rollers, if you're rolling the IT band on that second side, make sure you go ahead and get the other side. Stretchers with me, we're gonna get that other side, so we're gonna cross the left foot in front this time. Hip comes out to the side, and we're leaning forward. Feel free to twist your hips one way or the other until you find the best stretch in that outer hip. Nice. And wherever you are at, go ahead and relax. Push the foam roller to the side if you have one and make your way up to standing. We're going to finish with a couple stretches that we can all do together, which is always nice. So feet are wide. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Grab the left wrist with the right hand. Reach up as high as you can. Keep your weight in your left foot as you bend to the right. We're going to stretch out that left side body. Biceps are right by the ears. Breathe into any tightness in that left side body. And let's go ahead and come back to center. Switch your grip. Reach up as high as you can. Once again, keep your weight in your right foot this time as you bend to the left. Focus on the exhales, on finding some relaxation in those tight spots. And let's come back to center. And from here, we're going to turn this into a forward fold. So sending the hips back, back is flat. And then once you can't go forward any further without your back being flat, go ahead and let the head and neck drop towards the ground. Without lifting your heel, shift your weight slightly into your toes. You'll get a better stretch on the whole backside of your legs. Let's walk the hands over to the left foot. You can rest your hands on the left shin, ankle, foot, floor, whatever's available to you right now. Let's go ahead and make our way back through center, walking the hands over to the right side. Once again, resting hands on the outside of our foot, our ankle, our shin, maybe even our thigh if we're feeling pretty tight today. No judgments, just accepting our body where we're at today. And let's take one more full inhale, one more full exhale. And after that exhale, we'll make our way back to center, bend the knees a lot, go ahead and roll up nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders are the last thing to roll up. Maybe add in a big shoulder circle at the very end. All right, everyone, that is all we have time for today. Thanks so much for joining. We are back at 5 p.m. on Mondays. So 5 p.m. on Mondays, 4:30 on Thursdays. We have a couple of classes tomorrow. Luis is on vacation, so Jazzy is teaching both. So if you're able to, join us for that. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.